Before we start, first let me introduce the cameras. The first camera is going to be clipped to a fence. It's the Sony WX350, and with its 20x zoom, it will be ideal to film the Brayhead siren. The next camera is another clip mount, but this time a flexible arm, as it's going to be attached to a hedge, and I need the camera to poke out. This is my oldest and most unreliable camera, the WX11. This will be filming the CS8 siren at Balmoral Crescent. The Sony HX80 will be coming with me and zoomed into the siren at Ravenstruther, or Renstree as I'm told it's pronounced. I have a camera left over, so the Get Up 2 is going to be my body camera, filming the whole experience, which is what this video is based on. This leaves my newest camera, the GoPro 7 Black, which was actually the camera I was holding. This will be my handheld camera to give you some excellent panning shots of the Renstree siren. Written Ravenstruther. Renstree? Okay then. There we have it. 3 sirens, 5 cameras. This sounds quite easy to film the sirens, but it isn't, as I'll explain in a moment. Now let me introduce my plan of attack. I will get into the Carstairs area 1 hour before blastoff to work out exactly where the cameras are going to be placed. Then, in the last 20 minutes, I have given myself 5 minutes travel time between locations and 5 minutes camera preparation time. My action cameras will record until the batteries run out. But that's not the case for the traditional Sony cameras, which will only record for a maximum duration of 29 minutes. This means that all cameras must be placed and set to record within about 20 minutes of the siren sounding. Just in case, the night before I tested all my cameras and left them running. This is when I found the WX11 is only recording for 23 minutes for some reason. But it's okay because I factored this into the plan. We are good to go. The next morning, I set off with my first stop planned for Brayhead. Then I'll go on and visit the 2 other camera locations to plan camera positions. And finally, I'm going to stay at Renstree for the siren test. That's the plan, but I run into a problem. The problem sounds like this. I was supposed to get fuel and I forgot. I have 25 miles worth of fuel, with 20 miles remaining to reach Brayhead. I don't fully trust this prediction, as it's been known to jump from 10 miles remaining to nothing in an instant. So I pull over and start looking for fuel stations near Brayhead, which again is about 20 miles away. If I risk it and run out of fuel, then I'll be stranded. But most importantly, the siren expedition will be over before it started. And what happens if this remote fuel station is shut or out of fuel or something? I decide to divert to the nearest fuel station rather than continuing, which was 12 miles away to the north. This wasn't exactly a direct route and led me down some narrow roads. It wasn't the fastest route, which delayed me even more. After taking on fuel, the route from the fuel station back to my original route wasn't exactly straight either, and wasted more time. To make matters even worse, when I left the fuel station, I entered the wrong postcode into my sat-nav and ended up going round and round Carnworth, which wasted even more time. I realised I was still 3.5 miles away, got stuck in some roadworks, and arrived at Brayhead with 20 minutes spare time remaining. Rather than risk not being at the starting line at 12:40 and completely stressed out, I decided not to visit the other locations beforehand to plan the camera positions. Just stay at Brayhead and chill out. So, this is where we start. "12:35, got 5 minutes left now. And this is my body cam. There is the siren. And I've set the camera up down here, so I'm just going to get ready to start filming now. Absolute mess my car at the minute with cameras and gear ready to go. So I have a schedule here, I've got to start this at 12:40, so I'm going to set it up now, and then I've got about under 4 minutes now to start filming, and then on to the next one. This is not good for a start. Thought that was tight before. Damn, I'm now in the menu system. I'm getting panicky now. Turn it off. Turn it back on again. I've got signs all over this saying what the camera's for, because this is right next to a children's playground. Down a bit. I think that one is ready to start going. We've got 2 minutes left. Right, so 2 minutes and then that one will be fine. Problem with these cameras is they only record for 29 minutes for some reason. So that one is there. There it is. I'm hoping it's going to be here when I get back. So 1 minute left. In fact, I'm going to start this recording now. Just check recording. Yep. 5, 6, 7, on to the next one. That will have to sit there. Right, follow my sat nav now to the next one. It's still there when I get back. I'm probably going to be saying that quite a lot.
3 miles, current road.
There it is. Let's go. Turning right.
In 1/10 of a mile, turn left onto Main Street. Proceed 3 miles on the current road.
1 minute ahead of schedule at the moment. This is all time critical. The last siren, I will be arriving there with 5 minutes to spare. So the next one I've got to put in a bush or a tree or something. I've got to find somewhere to put it. The next one is going to be filming the CS8 on the housing estate. So currently 3 miles away from that one now. It's taken a few hours of planning last night. Charge all the cameras up, test them all, make sure they record, lead them recording. Now 3 of my cameras, actually no, the one I've just set up there is fine, that's not a problem. That's the WX350. That went for 29 minutes. I didn't actually stop it actually because it got to what I was happy with and I thought, yeah, that one's alright. The next one I'm setting up, the WX10, is my oldest camera. This is the one that I used to use for filming. Now this one has got a bit of a dodgy zoom lens and it stopped recording after I think about 23 minutes. I don't know why. But I planned that in. That's why that's my second one. So I've got to start that recording, and I've worked out that if it, well, hopefully it will record. It will stop recording 12 minutes past 1 o'clock, which means the siren has finished. You know, probably about 10 minutes before that. So if it records for that short duration, then I think it will be okay. But the thing is, if I don't film one of these, at least I've given it my best shot, and I've try to film as many as possible, but it's not possible for me to get to any other locations within this 29-minute recording time frame to set any more up. I mean, if I start one recording, for example, like 45 minutes before it's going to start sounding, then after 30 minutes the file size reaches its maximum, and these stills cameras are not really designed for, well, not really built for recording video. So after 30 minutes, that's it, they stop. And unless you've got your eye on the board, or the camera in this case, you won't notice that it stopped recording. Just suddenly it will switch off and the zoom lens will go in, and then you've realised it stopped recording 5 minutes ago and it's timed out and switched off. And then you think, oh my goodness, how much haven't I recorded now? Right, so the one coming up, I've got to stop on the main road and dive into a hedge, but it's a very low hedge according to Street View.
Turn right onto A70.
So this one might look a bit suspicious. I've got my body cam, which is currently here. I'll be putting that on just to show you the experience that I have to go through to film these. So I now have, it's now 43. I'm turning right down here. And then I've got to stop on the left, and then we'll be going to the last location and stay in there. Then go back and see if the camera's still there. And if they've recorded as well. Oh damn, this is the one with roadworks, but good news is...
ahead on the right.
Right, so... yeah, I got stuck in this last time. I did have a quick survey and I abandoned it because of the roadworks here. Right, probably best if I zoom in on the sat-nav because I want to stop in a particular location. The Siren is actually here. You turn left where it says State Hospital, then you turn right and it's on this housing estate. So I'm looking for the back of some garages, and then I'll be stopping on this main road and diving into a hedge. Here it is, here's the hedge. Right, so it's going to be, look for the garages, here are the garages. Oh my goodness, on a brow over here, I might have to park.
You have arrived at your destination.
On the verge.
Route guidance is now
I
finished.
want to see the Siren. I'll go a bit further up, I think, without grounding my car, because this is quite low to the... oh, there, oh my god, it's right there. Okay, right. Right, okay, that's nice. It's nearer than I thought, actually. I'm just going to put it here, I think. Much nearer than I thought. Right, so this is the extendable one. Right, so let's go. Just leave the... no, I'll turn it off. Sure about where to put this. See, this is what I haven't got. I haven't got time to start to work out where to put these things. I think I'm just going to have to go for it. I don't really want to be seen either because guy back there looking at me, but right, where am I going to put this? I'm going to put it in there, bend that up. Hopefully no one will be able to see this in here. I think that'll work. I might break some of these off and stab myself in the process. Okay, that looks good. Try and get back around this way. Oh my god. So it's going to take a little bit more pinpoint accuracy. I think I've got it actually. Not the best view, but it's recording. And with this camera I don't zoom in anymore because the zoom is a bit dodgy and it will shut off. Damn. Come on. Do I want a wonky picture? Not really, but I don't really have much time to sort this out. It's a bit more stable now. Running out of time. No, it's not more stable. Oh my goodness. I had it roughly in the right place and I've moved it. Should have just left it. What the hell was that noise? Self-timer? I've just activated the self-timer. Oh my goodness. I'm in the menu now, I can't get out. There we go. Recording. I reckon that's the best bet. Now I'll leave it. Okay, good enough. Last location. That one is... I can't even see it. That'll do. Right, last one. I'm just going to continue driving. Still okay. Got 12 minutes before blast off. That one is going. I haven't typed in the first destination. This one is oh, I'm getting panicky. This one I think. Yep, that's the one. Let's go. Got it en route.
The route guidance will start now.
5 minutes left. 10 minutes left. 5 minutes before I get to the destination, so I've got 2.5 miles to travel on now. Turn out for the cyclists. $12.50. My mouth is dry. I need a drink.
In 4/10 of a mile, turn left onto Lanark Road.
So this is my favourite one coming up down here. I hope this one goes, but if any of them are not going to work, it's going to be this one, because this one looks like the most worn down siren I've seen. It looks like it's derelict. But if it doesn't, then I've got that first one. That should be good. Bloody bush. I've got blood on my fingers now.
Road to your destination.
Right, where are we going? Straight through the middle. Well, I'm tempted to set up just drop my phone off on sound recording, just record the sound, but the problem is I didn't plan for that, and although I might have the time, I'm just not going to do it. I'm just going to stick to the plan. Right, so we've got 1 mile left. Feels weird driving away from your cameras, but
your destination is ahead on the left.
The WX350, I might miss that one, but the one I've just set up, that's falling to pieces. If that one goes, then I've lost the footage, but no real consequence. Oops. Yep. Okay, happy now? Right, so over this junction, then there's the hut, and I can see the siren already. Hope I don't get questioned or anything. That community centre thing might be open this time, but there is sort of like a park there, so there's no problem about me going in here, I don't think. So I'm just going to park on the left here. into my car. Right,
In
so
1/10 of a mile,
this is
make a
the-
U-turn, and then your destination is ahead on
right,
the left.
park up there.
In 1/10 of a mile, make a U-turn, and then your destination is ahead on the left.
Doing nicely. Right. Just going to set up for this one. I've got 7 minutes left before the siren sounding. So I've just got to set up a couple of cameras. Looks like I'm in loads of time at the moment. I'll leave my mobile there. My body cam is working now. This is the one I'm hoping definitely does go. I had to put my deodorant on the end because it was back heavy. That is a beauty. The sun is overhead, which is not ideal. See, that wall there is probably a good idea to put the camera, but keep away from the sun here. Oh, yes, that'll do. I'm going to put it here, I think. Get a nice view of that one. Right, I'm going to set some recording now, I think. Police car just went past. Hope that's not going to investigate what I'm doing. Right. I'm going to start recording now, just in case they're early. Come on. So, glad I put that weight on the front. This is going to be a little bit more difficult to set up, but I've got grass on my side, so I can press it into the grass if necessary. Steer it left and right a little bit. It's gone down too far. Oh yes, I do. Are we recording? The most important thing, we are. Down a little bit more on that side, I reckon. Oh yes, there we go. Okay, it's good. Got an even better place for it. Better place, better place. That's more like it. Yeah. A bit more height. The sun's behind us now. So this one goes, because this will be an excellent one to film. Zoom back a bit. Recording. Recording. Oh my God. Recording here. Let's hope it goes. It's a shame there's no cows in the field this time. I was hoping to like scare them off. That's the reason why I'm here, just to see how the cows react. Double check. Angle's good and recording, yes.